So tell us about your journey through martial arts. Can you believe the small kid who just wanted to defend himself has turned out to be a phenomenal world-class mixed martial artist?
Yeah, I can believe, because I did believe and I put in the work to make it happen. But you know, I was just a normal kid growing up, and fights would happen. Every boy gets into fights. I was never bullied. You know, it was just fights would happen as a kid. You're growing up out on the street playing football or whatever. Fights would happen, but for me it stuck in my head. Maybe if a fight happened, another boy would have just left and he would have forgot completely about it. But for me, I dwelled on it. What way should I have moved there? He done this. What? Maybe if I had done that, I would have turned out better. You know, those type of things occupied my mind. So it begun to build in my mind that this is what I wanted to become really good at. This. I wanted to be able to defend myself in any situation, any movement, any scenario. So I went from gym to gym, kickboxing, boxing, grappling, wrestling, just ultimately trying to learn different ways the body could move to attack and to defend. And then it obviously becomes an obsession, and before you know it, you're headlining in football stadiums, just like that. Every gym I went to they had a set way. Every gym had a set way of doing things. Don't do it this way, do it that way. So that was just a normal thing that I thought people just have their own set way, and you must do it that way. You must stand this way, you must kick this way, you must punch this way. But with John, when I went to John, and I met my coach John Cabinet at Straight Blast Gym, it wasn't like that. He had a more open mind, and he encouraged different movements. And I'd never experienced that before. I'd never heard a coach say that to me before. And that stuck in my head. I thought to myself, you know, this guy is thinking outside the box, you know what I mean? That he has a vision that everything works, and he encourages every movement, because ultimately there is a time and a place for every single move. So I just knew when I met John, and when he spoke, it made complete sense to me, and that was it. I stuck with him and he stuck with me, and the rest is history.
So we're talking 2008, 2009, when you weren't even, you know, fully committed to mixed martial arts. You were still dreaming of being a UFC fighter, UFC champion.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And it's well documented that your mother reached out to John Cavan, and that was a huge part of you coming back. It must have been a really brave decision for an Irish mammy to send her son off to an MMA gym. I mean, was that because she was so concerned about the path you were going down, or because she recognised how talented you were?
Yeah, I think it was more concerned about the path I was going down, and she recognised that anytime I was in the gym, I was happy. You know, whatever's going on in my life, good or bad, I go to the gym, I exercise, and that for me exercise is the best form of medication. I always felt happy after a workout or after training, and she obviously saw that. So when I was stopped training, I was hanging around with the wrong people or whatever, you know, I wasn't as happy as I would be. So she wasn't, in her head, she obviously wasn't thinking of sending him into an MMA fight. She just wanted me back in the gym and back training and back doing what I loved. You know what I mean? And healthy, of course, a healthy lifestyle. One thing about martial arts, people can say this fight game is dangerous and it's brutal, but my mind is strong. I'm fit in body and mind, and that's something that not a lot of other careers can give to a person. So my mother, I love my mother dearly. I love her to bits. You know, she reached out to John, and John as well came up, and it was a perfect storm. It was all a perfect storm to get me back. And seeing the way my ma reached out and got John up, and then John came up, and seeing these people that are putting that time into me and putting that faith in me, that made me think, you know what? I'm going to do them proud. I'm going to do them proud. I said to John that night, I said, I'm going to put an extra floor on that gym. You know what I mean? I'm securing my family's future here. I don't want my family, I want my mum and dad to retire and live comfortable now, you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing it for my family's security, so they don't have to do absolutely nothing or answer to nobody. It's when I start thinking of a career in it. So I never cared. I don't care. Still, I really don't care about sport. I got in it for street. You know what I mean? I was thinking about the street. I wanted to be able to defend myself in any situation. But when I met John and then the UFC, started hearing about the UFC, then I started thinking, you know what, there's a career. Maybe I can make something out of this. Well, what else am I going to do? I don't really want to do anything else. I don't want to get a job. I don't want to have to get up and I don't want to listen to a boss or do all that. You know, so this is an option for me. So I stuck with it, and John encouraged it. John believed in me and made me believe in myself that we could go and do this. But before us, there was no other Irishman. There was no, as far as the UFC were concerned, Ireland didn't exist. So it was still just a dream for us, you know what I mean? But definitely when I met John and when I started training in Straight Blast Gym, I started realizing I can make a career out of this. I can do something that hasn't been done before. I can show the Irish people through martial arts, something they have never seen before. So that's what we are in the process of doing. You're a young kid, you're just floating in and out. I was going out with my friends, you know, you're not 1,000,000% focused when you're a kid. You're off and doing other stuff, you know. So I was just a normal kid. I lost one, and then I said, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, and drifted off. But then, you know, but even though I wasn't competing, I was still always in my head that I was going to do it. I still always had in my head that I will get to the UFC. I will make it, even though I wasn't actually pursuing it. The vision was still in my head, and then I just came back and carried on again, you know, because sometimes I drift off, sometimes you drift back and forth, and that was it. But then anytime I drift off, John would always reel me back in, and reinforce the dream, you know what I mean? Let it say, we can do it, let's do it, this is what you need to do, we need to show up here, we need to put in more hours than everybody, it needs to be every single second of your life, there cannot be no outside. And then that's what happened.
Can you remember how you found out that you were signed to the UFC? Was there a JFK moment that you'll never forget where you were when the UFC came calling? I can't remember, because we got some bad news about a teammate of mine that couldn't compete anymore. So, you know what, I was thinking, you know what, fuck this game. I don't want to do this shit anymore. What am I going to do this, and then something happens and I can't do it no more? So I had packed it in again. I packed it in again, you know, but it was only a couple of weeks. I was like, you know what, I didn't show up training, I didn't show up to do classes or anything. I used to teach the boxing every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and John was away in Iceland at the time, or away in America somewhere teaching. So I hadn't been in there in a couple of weeks, and then the phone rang one night, and I was about to go out with my friends, and I was like, it was John, and I didn't answer it. I wouldn't answer it, so I was like, he's gonna give out to me because I haven't been teaching the classes, I haven't been showing up. And then it rang, and it rang, and it rang. I was like, nah, fuck it, I'm not going back. I'll figure something else to do. And then I just answered it. It kept ringing, so I answered it. How do you feel about making your UFC debut in 9 weeks? And then that was that. I put the phone down, I went home, and then I showed up at the gym the next day and put the work in, and that was that. I just kept going, you know. We're all on our own path here. Everyone is on their own little journey, whether they're, you know, and this is my journey.
I want it, I like it, I buy it. I told her she gotta come try it. They wondering what I've been doing. I told them I'm keeping it quiet. I pull up, you know I be moving. Whipping the foreign, I'm cruising. The money I'm speaking is fluent. All of my business booming. Stacking my cash in abundance. All of my family funded. Finally got what I wanted. Life is amazing, I love it. Everyone know that I run it. Yeah, look at me now, I came up. I've been thinking back then when I almost gave up on the game, cause I never got it my way. Never got my mama whip on the driveway. I've been making all hits on a Friday. Back then I was getting like no plays. I'm never gonna change, no Kanye. Gotta get a Lambo like Green Bay. I made a lot, but then I gave a lot, and now I had enough. But I've been keeping up, and now I pay the price to what I'm dreaming of. I had to sacrifice, and now I see the love. Everything beautiful. Lucky I never got trapped in a cubicle. If I did it, then you can do it too. Just follow my moves. I pull up, you know I be moving. Whipping the foreign, I'm cruising. The money I'm speaking is fluent. All of my business booming. Stacking my cash in abundance. All of my family funded. Finally got what I wanted. Life is amazing, I love it. Everyone know that I run it. Yeah, my family home for the holidays. I'm in the studio cooking up music, cause I know I never got time to waste. This is a decision I gotta make. Made it here, I can't stop now. Had to make what I got now. This the life I chose, seen the highs and lows. I've been getting what I want now. Middle finger to the middleman. Fuck what you posting on Instagram. Never been part of the fake shit. Everyone rapping, I swear that I hate it. Yeah, all of them wanna be famous. Give them a week and they fading. You buying a chain, I'm buying a crib, cause we not the same. I pull up, you know I be moving. Whipping the foreign, I'm cruising. The money I'm speaking is fluent. All of my business booming. Stacking my cash in abundance. All of my family funded. Finally got what I wanted. Life is amazing, I love it. Everyone know that I run it, yeah.